I'm in the woods again. I found a really big leaf. It's like the size of my face. I haven't updated you on what's going on in life, so I felt like giving you an update. I have a job. I'm working at a front desk reception. I'm a receptionist now at a backpacker hostel. So it's super nice because I get to blend the experience I've had during my backpack travel, but also surround myself with people living in Sweden, Swedish people and from other countries. It's really nice and I'm really happy that I have the job. The job suits me. It suits me. It's a beautiful backpacking hostel. The hostel is gorgeous, very cozy. I'm excited to see how my journey at the hostel will go, and I'm learning new things, and it's a lot to take in, but it's also very exciting. And it's nice to have colleagues again. I haven't had colleagues for more than 7 years. That's a long time. So it's nice because this will allow me to work on my projects. I'm writing a poetry book in both Swedish and in English. I have more projects that I'm working on too, but one thing at a time here, one day at a time. Right now I'm in the forest. I was once again recording without talking. No. I was once again talking without recording. I have my jacket that I bought in India, in the Himalayas, and we're out in the Swedish forest. And it's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's really cold, but I'm surviving. I'm not used to this weather, which is understandable because I try to travel to warm places, hot places in the world, and now I'm here. Yay! So during this little forest walk, I hope to see a squirrel. I think it's not too cold for them yet, so I hope we see a squirrel. That's my wish. I want to see a squirrel. The leaves are falling down on the ground, and it's pretty beautiful. You can't really see it on camera, but it's a lot of colors, both green and yellow and red and brown. Squirrel, 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 squirrel. Now I can't pronounce it. Squirrel, where are you? This is so beautiful. It's like 3 different kind of moss here. I'm not sure if this is moss. It's cool. Cool. I love being out in the forest. It's so beautiful. Okay, so I have a new job. I'm living at my parents' place still, which is starting to gain momentum because I can't live there. I mean, I can right now because my mom and my my stepdad and my bonus dad and my brother, they're kind enough to have me home, in my childhood home, but it's also bringing up a lot of memories, and it's it's a lot. I think there's a quote. I think it was Ramdas. I'm not sure. If you want to grow spiritually, try living with your parents for a week. I've been living with my parents now for 1.5 months, almost 2. It's just a little much because I'm a grown-up woman and I need my own space, and they probably want me to have my own space too. But it's okay. I mean, we're all surviving. I want to thrive. I don't want to survive, because we are humans and we are a part of nature, and we are in a way an animal, but we're also a very intelligent animal, we think, at least. I think that intelligence might not be what we think it is, but we have a big brain compared to other animals. I think at least studies, scientists has done tests and stuff to see the intelligence of and the difference of animals and humans, I guess. Anyway, I'm looking for my own apartment or home, a house, not maybe a house. That would be really cool though, but I think it will be an apartment. And since I have a job now, that would work. So I'm saving money and my whole perspective of money and my perspective of life has changed a lot recently. I've been going through a lot of changes and it feels like I'm always doing it. Because we are, aren't we? I mean, change is constant. That's what's happening all the time. We always change. We can't really run away from change. We can't run away from maturing or growing up, which is beautiful. Because the whole experience of being a human and going through all of these happenings and relationships and situationships and friendships and the relationship we have with ourselves. It's really an experience and it's beautiful. The journey. The journey is a beautiful thing that we all go through. And we all have our differences. Every person is different. By understanding that we are all different and we act in different ways because of what we have been through or how we think and how we make decisions, it makes us different from each other, which is beautiful. It's a diverse universe. It's a diverse earth, and I find it beautiful. And even though there is a lot of craziness in the world and there's still a war, which I think is completely absurd, there's still a lot that we can be grateful for, and there's still a lot that we can appreciate in life. Even if things may go sour or things maybe doesn't happen the way we wanted to or we thought it was gonna go, it's easier for each of us to go with the flow and to not control. And I've been learning a lot about control. I'm a person that you can't really control. And I say that because if someone influences me or if someone inspires me or try to control me, it's still always our choice, isn't it? It's still our choice. It's still our choice how we handle it. Yeah, I'm handling this change pretty well, I would say. It's a lot of change. It's a lot of change. A few months ago, I was in Mexico drunk in a pool, and now I'm in the forest sober. I don't really drink as much. I drink sometimes, but not as much, and only beer. No tequila anymore, which is crazy because tequila makes me loco. Loca. I find it interesting with the different genders. It's an interesting subject, right? Because right now in the world we have a lot of non-binary and a lot of gender change, and I think that each person should make their own decisions when they are fully mature to make them. But how can we know? We can never know when we're ready to change, right? And I'm a woman. I'm a woman. Woman. I'm a woman. I'm a girl. I'm a grown-up girl, and I'm not a man. I don't feel like I'm a man, but I've always been very masculine in my approaches in my life, and I think it's because of my childhood, and also because I'm very tiny and I'm blonde and I need to be fierce. I need to take action towards a lot of things because they never really happened if I didn't do it. And I'm a bit tired of taking action all the time. I'm a bit tired of being like the decision maker in my life, which I like to do that also, but that comes back to control, obviously. I'm more intuitive than I am logical. 100% more intuitive than logical. I mostly listen to my heart when I make decisions instead of my mind. It can make things in my life a bit more complicated for my mind and for other people's logical mind. So my decision making is based on how I feel and my gut sense, my gut feeling. And I like it like that. I have this understanding that people, no matter their gender, can be as logical and as intuitive. Like there, maybe sometimes in certain people there's more of a dominant side. I'm a switch. I switch. If you want to use that word, it's actually a word in BDSM that they use. I'm both dominant and not. Yeah, so I'm a switcher. Yeah, I just switch. Sometimes I'm more dominant, and sometimes I'm more submissive. That's the word, and that's just how my personality is. The switch, I don't really know when it happens. It just happens. I just switch from being submissive to dominant, and I can be dominant in certain areas of life, and I can also be submissive in other areas of life. And this isn't only about sex, okay? This is also about life itself. Anyway, I don't know how I came into that subject, but I have a job now, and I'm looking for my own place to live, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about decorating it. I love to decorate. I love design. I think it's very nice, very nice to find certain furniture or find certain decorative things and match them together so it looks nice. Even clothing, I love to dress in style. I like when it matches, and I have a good eye for it. Actually, I believe. Not to brag, because I'm not bragging. I'm just stating fact. We'll see how my story goes. I hope to find my own place soon. Whenever the time is right. Divine timing for everything. You know? There's no pushing, there's no forcing. It's just natural. Like the wind, like water. And the thing is, it can be very unpredictable sometimes. The wind and the water, but it can also be very calm. And that's how we humans, me, myself, and maybe you too, whoever you are, it's easier to like handle life when it happens, to be here in the now. Because we don't know when the storm is going to come, and we don't know when it's going to be peaceful. We don't know if it's going to rain tomorrow or if it's going to be sunny. We can try to predict, and that's all it is. It's just predictions. It's not set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. It all comes back to you and your actions. Not really the weather, obviously. I mean, we can't really decide, oh, if I'm gonna do this now, it's gonna rain. But maybe even our actions doesn't matter either. It just matters for us personally in your own story. And actions is also how we see things, our perspective about things, and how we decide to react when certain experiences happens to us. It's nice to have you here watching this. I'm very grateful for everyone that decides to even spend, your valuable time watching what I have to say. It's wonderful, and I don't really care how many people sees this. All I care about is understanding and maybe impacting people in a positive and good way, or maybe help people to realize that you're not alone. There's human beings going through things in life that can be very similar. And no one will understand your story 100% because they are not living your story, right? So no one will never understand me 100% or how I feel or what I go through because you're not me, but now you have a little insight. And this is also one of the reasons why I'm continuing to document what's happening in my life. Because I think it's nice for people to know that they're not alone. And have a nice day. And it's starting to be cold, so I'm gonna go back home. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being you. Keep being you and be kind to yourself, to nature, and to other people. As kind as you can be. I didn't find a squirrel, but that's a hackspett. That's a bird. Yeah, you see it, right? It's a hackspett. That's a really cool bird. That's cool that we saw this. Unfortunately not a squirrel, I couldn't control that. Really cool.